Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you guys a few methods how to make a good cup of Hainanese coffee at home. The traditional way would be to use these two large mugs with a traditional cloth filter or strainer, and usually this for making a batch of coffee for like maybe 4 to 5 mugs or 6 cups of coffee. So, but usually at home you want to only make a cup for yourself. So actually there are quite a few methods to do it. One of the ways actually is to get one of these filters. They're actually like tea bags, and you can get them easily online or even in Daiso. And they have a little pull string. Once you fill it in, you just pull the string and it closes itself. Another method I found this online also on Lazada. It costs about, I think, about 10 ringgit, or and it's a stainless steel filter, and as you can see, it has this foldable wings sort of, and it sits on top of your mug. So you add coffee powder inside, and then you top up with hot water. I'll be showing you all these methods, and of course the easiest way is to actually buy your coffee in these pre-packed bags. So all you need to do is place one bag into a mug and add in hot water. So let me demonstrate to you all the methods you can use at home to make a good cup of coffee. So the first thing you always do when you're making coffee, no matter what method you use, is to make sure that all the utensils you're using are hot. So I will usually blanch all my cups, mugs, filters, everything with hot water first, just like if you're making Chinese tea. So everything has to be brought up to temperature first before you proceed to add the coffee. Okay, so the first method I was talking about is just by using the filter, the strainer. And usually what you do is you put about 3 tablespoons of Hainanese coffee powder. So everything is pretty hot, and the first thing you do is, after the coffee is in the filter, you need to blanch it with the hot water. Do not soak the coffee in the water, but rather just pass it through and let it come out, and the black liquid will flow out through the other end. And you have to repeat this through the strainer again about 3 times into the other cup. So this is the second pass. Again, you pour the coffee down the sides of the filter. You don't have to do not soak the filter into the coffee itself. The reason why I don't do that is because if you soak the coffee in the water, it makes it more acidic, and the coffee has a much more sour note at the end. So do it 3 times. Okay, so this is the other method. The second method I'm using now is to use the stainless steel filter, which I've actually blanched with hot water. So you need about 3 teaspoons for 1 cup. If you like it stronger, then no problem adding more coffee. But usually 3 teaspoons like this is more than enough. And you need a teaspoon ready. And what you do is you have to pass through the boiling water again. Now what's going to happen here is, at first you can see that the rate of flow of the coffee is going to be quite fast, and usually this is what you do for Vietnamese coffee. But for Hainanese coffee, you don't want the beans the coffee powder to soak for too long. So I'm actually helping it to pass through more quickly by stirring it, so the hot water doesn't soak in the beans for too long, or the beans don't soak in the hot water for too long. And once it's over, you can add more water until you have a full cup. So as I said, 3 teaspoons of coffee powder is enough for 1 large mug like this, maybe even up to 350 ml of coffee. So this is the next method. And if you use our coffee beans, and also if using this method of not soaking the beans in water, in the hot water for too long, you can actually have the coffee black without any sugar, and it's not, because it's not sour, so it still tastes pretty good. So I've had this tested on various people, so they've all given feedback that yeah, it's good even without sugar. Okay, this is the next method, and I'm using one of these manual tea bags, and the same thing, you just have to fill it up yourself with about 3 teaspoons of coffee powder. It's not that difficult actually. So it's just a matter of, yeah, and that's it. So you have a nice bag of coffee. You can actually pre-make this at home and actually kind of like bring this to the office as well if you like, but make sure it's in an airtight bag if you're planning to store it. So I have a hot preheated mug here. So what you do is always hold on to this end of the string, because as I said, you don't want to actually soak the coffee in the water for too long. Of course you can't avoid it using this method, but I usually put it in hot water for about 60 to 90 seconds, not more than that. So once you fill up the cup with boiling water, you can dip it around a few times. Okay, and as the flavor seeps into the coffee, so that should be good enough. So you don't want to leave the coffee bag inside the water, otherwise it becomes a very sour solution. So that's done, and that's your cup of coffee. So the alternative to what we did just now is to just buy coffee bags. So we actually have the coffee in already pre-packed in these coffee bags, and what you do is you just open up the package, throw it into your cup and add hot water. But remember, you're always, even if you're using this method, not more than 90 seconds, 60 to 90 seconds of hot water in the hot water, and then discard the bag. And also very important is to always blanch your mug in hot water before you proceed to make your cup of coffee. So that's the few methods you can actually use to make a good Hainanese coffee at home. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you can. Thank you very much. Okay, here's some bonus footage. We actually have a blind taste test from my wife. So she's going to take a sip of all 3 cups of coffee which I made just now, and she will make a decision on which one is the best. So let's boy, you want coffee or not? So which one do you like the most?
This one.
The second one? Okay, the second one is actually the first one you had, this green cup is from the traditional method, I use the cloth filter to make 6 cups of coffee in one. The second one, the one in the middle, is actually from the tea bag method that I use. So actually using tea bags looks like it's pretty
smoother.
It's more smooth.
Yeah.
And the first one is actually using the metal stainless steel filter.
This one thick.
That one is too thick. Okay, me. So basically, I guess, but all of them taste okay, right?
This one sweet.
More acidic. Okay. So I guess that one is more acidic because the water took some time to flow through the the stainless steel filter. So as I said, that's why we don't soak the coffee beans in hot water for too long. Otherwise, it releases the acidity. So that's yours for tonight. Good. Okay, thank you everyone. Thanks guys. Bye.